second episode of the night.
Yeah, another one.
You're getting this one first, though.
Yeah, but who knows what number this is for you? Maybe this is number 1 for you. Maybe this is number 8 for you. Maybe it's number 37.5 for you. So
maybe it's number 757.
Yeah. Either way,
we don't remember recording that many episodes.
No, but that's okay because there are things that we forget all the time that will be kept in the world's memory forever. Because 2021. Also, this is Sessions with Mary Jane. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, with Reena Ezra, Brendan O'Brien, and Jordan Freed. Jordan, would you like to introduce our guest?
I would love to. Tonight we have a new entrepreneur in the streetwear. Would you say streetwear, or you're more of an apparel brand?
Apparel brand.
Apparel brand. Apparel brand. Apparel brand wear. Too much to lose. Give it up for Willy Douglas.
Welcome.
Willy Douglas, entrepreneur, newly entrepreneur. Still new to this. Been about 3 months now. Still learning. You know, it's hard, but won't give up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you always have an entrepreneurial spirit and desire?
I actually don't think so. I know I really hated to work. Like, I know I hated waking up early and going to work. Mm-hmm. And it's like, there's got to be a way. So I figured, why not just start a business? And I didn't know what business to start. And then something just led me to clothing, and now I'm here.
Yeah, clothing's a good choice because basically everyone wears it. So like you always have a market of people, right? It's just a matter of getting it out there.
There's nobody out here walking around naked. So
that's true.
Yes,
need clothes.
There's a need. Yes. What did you learn? I mean, just
not to cut you off, but I think this is a perfect time to tell you, since you're talking about your apparel company and your upbringing into the apparel world, your challenge tonight is going to be to just name as many apparel companies as you can. Ooh. And you could just do this at your own leisure. We're going to weave in and out of some stories, but that's going to be on in the background. You can interrupt whenever. Don't think you're being rude.
Got it.
Talk over us. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, just so that people at home know, because this isn't a video podcast, and I'm staring at his chest right now. It says too much, the number 2, and then it's much spelled out, and then the number 2, and then it is lose spelled out.
That's tattooed on his chest. No,
no, it's on his shirt.
It's tattooed on the tattoo.
To be fair, you just said you're looking at his chest. So you're saying that, I was like, oh, people know this is a shirt. Yeah, no.
I want to make sure we get the brand out there, though, immediately. So that if people get bored of us, then they still heard the brand.
Of course, absolutely understand. Yes. Also, all his info will be dropped into the description for once we upload this video. Mm-hmm. Gotta have that. So now that you have your challenge, but I was intrigued. But you were saying 3 months, what have you learned already about doing an apparel company? Apparel clothing?
It's a lot that I've learned. Pretty much when I started, I just didn't know what to do. So as I grew, I learned. I pretty much learned that clothes are not made in the U.S. We talked about that earlier. Yeah. Clothes are not, everything comes from foreign countries. Every time you look on the tags, made in China. And it's wow. So why can't I start something where I could make something in the U.S. and sell in the U.S.?
Yes.
And just, I try to think outside the box. Everyone wants to do business for money, and that's cool. But sometimes you got to think about other people too, also, because in a business you serve other people. So why not make the people happy?
Yes, right, exactly. How much did you visualize this company being practical and fashion?
Practical fashion. I'm a big fan of simplicity. I think simplicity wins all the time. Just like you see the shirt, it's right across his chest. It's simple. A lot of clothing brands I say do too much. I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys are a fan of Yeezy. So the holes in the shirts, it's cool. It looks cool, but it's not for me. And there's a lot of people that I talk to because I try to get as much information I can out of people to know what kind of clothes to make. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people just say keep it simple, colors that are eye popping, and just try not to do too much. And that's what I've learned, and that's how I try to create the brand, something very simple, but yet relatable to everybody.
Right, I love that.
What's your favorite color, and also is it the same favorite color to wear?
My favorite color is red, and no, my favorite color to wear is black.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So, I like it. We need to know that info.
So what's it like being like a New Jersey based brand? Like, do you feel like a New Jersey pride? Like you started out in. I don't know if you want to tell people a little bit about your connection to Jersey, because this is a Jersey-based podcast.
Yeah. I was born and raised in North New Jersey. No, I grew up regular. I think I grew up pretty regular. I was a hard-headed kid. I was a bad kid, but I still had a good childhood. And North New Jersey is home, you know. And as far as a clothing brand in Jersey, I feel like there's a lot of competition in New Jersey, whether you know it or not. It can get a little frightful, but it's like, if they could make it somewhere, so can I. So it's like, we do look at other clothing brands in Jersey and see their success. Like, we follow them on Instagram, and we just try to model our brand after them, but get tips and stuff like that here sometimes. So there's a lot of competition in Jersey, but there's also a lot of talent in Jersey also.
Yeah.
So if there's a lot of people that come out of Jersey and do big things, so I always think, why not me?
Yeah.
I love that. That's also part of your research.
Yeah.
Like, that's also, like, it is, some people view it as competition, but those are people you learn from.
Right.
How definitely. You, like, I love that. I was wondering, see, the weed's already hitting me, because I'm like, the thought is literally exiting my brain right now. I'm like, no, damn it, I'm holding on. How do you, what mix did he have, Jordan? Did he have a combo?
We had some Orangeade tonight, and a little Purple Gorilla Kush, I think, mixed in there.
How do you
all
feel?
kind of hybrids, so you should be kind of chilling.
Yeah, I'm definitely chill. Like, I haven't smoked in 8 months. And before that, I was a huge pothead. Like, smoked every day. And so taking that break was very well needed. And now that I finally got high after 8 months, I'm like, this is what I've been missing.
Yes.
Well, speaking of, why did you stop for 8 months?
My fiance is currently pregnant. She's about 8 months pregnant now.
Yeah.
So, got a little girl on the way. I'm very excited, but also nervous.
So your wife helps you with the business? Like,
yes, she's co-owner.
Co-owner.
Yes.
So how is that working with your partner? Because Jordan and I,
that's why we're doing a production company.
It's fun. It's fun to work together, but sometimes we have to realize, like, we can't put our business problems in our relationship problems. And we try to separate that, because as both creative people, we always don't see eye to eye when it comes to the business. And obviously we don't see eye to eye in a relationship either. But we try to keep it separate, not to bring our problems in the business into the relationship. We try to, like, every night after working on business, whether we disagree or not, we try to just, like, be chill.
Yeah.
That's great. What would you say are the benefits of working with someone who's also your partner?
The benefits, I just can't. It's so many. Just being able to be kind of myself, I would say, versus like having a business partner that I've probably known for a couple years, and we're just cool. So it's like I probably can't. Maybe I wouldn't feel as if I could speak my piece as much, and me and her are open books. So it's like, look, if I don't like something, I'm gonna say it. If I love it, we're gonna express it. So it's the feeling of being comfortable with each other, working together.
Yeah, well, so you trust her opinion as far as the future of the company and, like, how things look. So what is her style, if you could summarize that a bit?
Style,
like, her vision, like, I don't know, her take on the clothes.
Her take on the clothes, well, for one, like I said, we're kind of opposites. Like I said, I like simplicity. She's more pow, like, out there. The bright colors, the style, her style, I love it, but we're complete opposites. So when it comes to the clothing brand, she has an idea and I have an idea, and it's like I have the simple idea, she has the pow right in your face idea, and we try to come in the middle, like compromise and just, sometimes I might let her do her thing and make her design and have it just, I'll be like, okay, go ahead, and then I'll have my simple side. So
yeah. But it's like, it's that sweet spot when you find out how to combine both those strengths.
Yes, definitely. Like I said, she's more like power in your face, so she might want to go get like the brightest color she can find. And then, okay, I'll give you the brightest color if you let me pick the simplest design on that color. And then she's like, okay.
There you go. Oh, I remember my question. Your inspiration, your influence, like who is out there be well known, be a famous person or not, but somebody who had a clothing brand for a while, or just a recent celeb who's actually just come up, because it's interesting to see their influence. I mean,
Right.
like, just like what they have, like their creativity now translated to clothes. But yeah, who is it that you growing up or now, like, who is it that you are tapped into?
Now that I'm in the clothing industry, you know, obviously I'm trying to look at other clothing brands, and see what they do and how I can do something. Like, how can I do that? Imitate that. And right now I've been watching this clothing brand called World and Vision. Not sure if you guys heard of it.
World and Vision.
World and Vision.
Oh, that's one.
That's Apparel, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Was that your first one?
I think so.
Yeah, he's on the board. He's like, oh yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah, I've been looking at their clothing brand. How they've been. I want to say they're probably both 23 years old, around that age, and they've been doing their clothing brand for 13 years.
Mm.
And
Wow.
13 years.
Wow.
Wow. And it's crazy. They said they started with just 12 shirts and $120. And they've built it to this big empire, and it's just inspirational to look at. And they're always on YouTube, like telling other clothing brands how to go about things and how they went about things. And I just try to model that. You know, like, they're successful and they obviously know what they're talking about. They came from 12 shirts to this big empire. So, you know, I just try to follow it, and, you know, obviously I'm putting my twist on things here and there. But that's my inspiration for real. Like, I'll probably go on their YouTube and watch the same video like 3 times in a day.
Yeah. Were you like very into fashion or like fashion trends when you were in high school, or did this kind of emerge when you got out of school?
In high school, people in high school may beg to differ, but I think I dressed pretty nice in high school. It did become like, fashion definitely did become a big part of me when I got my first job, because I was like, I get to buy my own clothes. Like, so I went and experimented with so many clothes and just buying a whole bunch of clothes. I definitely switched my style a lot in high school. Like, in high school I had like the big flat top, like the Will Smith thing. Yeah. And I tried to get clothes to dress like Will Smith. Yeah. And then I would I switched my style up a lot. And fashion definitely did play a part in like why I chose the clothing brand today.
Yeah, no, it's because like that's like a kind of a way that you can express yourself and like have control over your identity and who you are and like what you give out to the world.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, or you just going through a phase.
Yeah.
Like in college, I didn't give a shit a lot of days of sweatpants and sweatshirts.
But you were sending the message out to the world. It was like, hey, like leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, my twin was always like put together, and then my dad's like, look at this one. Like, what is going on? Sorry. Damn. So, you all remain, you're cool, you're all very chill. People are just like, they can only tell by Reena. By me, like, how is this?
No, Mary Jane's dancing her way around the room. She has always felt here. So yeah. Also, and New Jersey Weedman supplied us with our lovely greens today. So shout out to him. And
well, now he's Miami Weedman.
Yeah.
To you guys.
See my daddies. Yeah.
Sorry.
He's opening up a second place in Miami.
Yeah. Were first day of school outfits like a big deal for you or for your family? Yeah.
Definitely,
because of picture day?
Yeah.
No, that's a different
I guess either one. Yeah, because
it's
different.
Picture day. I took a couple pictures on first day of school, but like first day of school was a big deal for me because I get to wear my new shoes. Like growing up, I had to wear uniform. I had to wear uniform. You know, the regular white shirt with the white polo and the khakis or whatever. But the shoe game, it's like, oh yeah, I get to wear the best shoes. Let's see. No one has these shoes, and I go to school, and it's like everybody has the same shoes.
Yeah, but because they're great shoes, probably, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like the cool thing then. So.
What do you think was, or what's like one of your favorite decades for clothing? Because obviously what was the interesting thing I saw where it's like you can tell whether someone's from the 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, or 40s. In the 2000s, that's when it gets a little wishy-washy.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're just like, a lot of things are mixing, and things are now coming back into trend.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what were your thoughts?
I always liked the 90s era.
Yeah.
But I was born in 98, so I wasn't around for that era. But growing up,
it was good.
Yeah, I loved the 90s era clothing, just like the colorful jackets, the colorful puff jackets. People wear the MC Hammer pants. It was just crazy. I always told myself, like, man, I wish I was born in like 1980 so I can be 10 in 1990 and grow up through the 90s. It's like, because I'm really an old soul at heart. Like, I play all the 90s music. And I'm an old soul for real.
Were there clothes passed down from your family where I got my dad's jeans from the 70s?
Oh yeah, my grandfather, you can only imagine how old my grandfather's like 80. So like when I turned 16, he gave me his pair of pants. Like he was like, I've had these jeans for the longest. You can have them now. And he was so proud to give them to me. And I'm just like, yo, these pants are so fat. And he wanted me to leave. Like he's like, go to school. I'm like, I went to school and that everybody clowned me.
Yeah, no, because it's like a big deal when you wear to school, especially
Also on that, speaking of school, what you're wearing too. What are your thoughts on like when they would, like in my school, not let people wear shirts with like Che Guevara on it? You can't wear things with symbols. You can't wear things like. What do you feel? Because I mean, you said you were in uniform.
Yeah.
So.
We were in uniform and we would usually they would usually give us like dress down day on Fridays, but it was like so strict. No shorts. Like they wanted no shorts. It was just, I don't know. It was weird. It's like you're gonna give us the freedom to wear what we want, but then kind of take it away from us at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like you might as well wear a uniform. Like
yeah, because like you're obviously, if you're going into like the apparel business, like you're a believer of expression through clothing.
Clothing, yes. I always say like people, a lot of people don't really talk about their personality out loud. A lot of people are quiet. So they show that through their clothing. They might wear the loud clothing. They might wear like, even the people that wear like the long clothing that may look like they're sad like all day. But it's like that's how they express themselves. Like you can I don't know. Maybe it's kind of bad that like you could look at a person how they dress and like judge them. I don't know if it's a good thing and a bad thing. You know, but that's how people express themselves.
I mean, yeah, Persians. I'm Iranian, so Persians are like, if you're not like my stepmom is not Iranian, but you just like remind me of like when she went to a party and like Persians are decked out like jewelry, the gold, like there's like a huge population in Jersey, that and LA. And a little sprinkle in Texas. That's where they migrated usually. But like, yeah, I don't know. It was just like then somebody would wear something because I feel like I'm a very casual dressed person and would not be that fancy schmancy. But then it was just like, they give you the tisk or like look up and down or just like some like immediately judged.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like, I mean, clothes can be a status thing too, and that it does often happen. Like probably more times than not, it's a status thing, you know.
Definitely.
Especially if it's like a big event, you're really just trying to impress like somebody or like a group of people, right?
Yeah, but the trends move so fast nowadays. It's like you don't even know if what you're wearing is still in the trend. So it's like you think you're dressing nice, but no, that was nice a year ago. Like so it's you have to really keep up with fashion sometimes to try to keep up with the trends for the people that care about the trends. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people just want to wear what they wear, but the trends definitely change a lot.
Yeah. Where how do you keep track of the trends? Is it like through Instagram? Is it just like by like watching what people are wearing?
I would say through Instagram, but Instagram it's like I have a lot of people all over the world on Instagram. So it's like more like see like every day like just seeing what people wear. Like usually like during the skinny jean era, every time you turned around, people were wearing skinny jeans. And then during like the era when the shirts with the holes first came out, a lot of people were wearing those. So it's like if you see something, a lot of times that's 9 times out of 10 that's what's in trend right now.
Yes. Not to jump out of this bubble, but just reminding you got that challenge. Because I know we've been taking you all sorts.
He said easy. He said easy also.
Oh,
you're right.
easy.
See, he started talking, and I was just so enthralled with what he was saying. I forget to keep track.
Mary Jane works her wonders, and she makes the conversation stimulating, and then.
But we took you all over the place in the conversation, so I just want to like be like, yeah, don't forget to.
I think the same way. Willy was talking on our walk over about how he and his wife had. The same dreams, like, together. I think that's, like, kind of the same thing with weed. Like, there's something, like, when you smoke weed, like, I think it puts ideas in your head. Like, there's, like, the dark matter molecules or something. Like, the same shit that's in dreams and, like, psychics and mediums and stuff. Like, I think that's kind of what's, like, deep within weed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's a little high brain.
No. I was gonna ask, like, how in tuned are you spiritually? Like, where would you say, what is your belief system?
My belief system. I'm Christian. Spiritually, like I do be like exactly what he said. Like I'm a big conspiracy theorist. So like I'll try to sit down and tell my girl all the time, but she never listens to me. Like, she thinks I'm a big nerd. She's like, what are you talking about? But, like I think so deeply on like a lot of stuff, like conspiracy theories, like you said, like the way weed makes you feel, the way it affects your brain. I think about like what's in the sea, what's in outer space. Like I think about so much stuff, and she just never wants to hear it. Like,
what's your favorite conspiracy that you've recently gotten really into?
I will say this until the day I die. I think mermaids are real.
Mermaids?
I think mermaids are real. I don't think it's the way you see it on the TV, like the regular girl and half. But I think they're probably like really scary and look crazy. I do think mermaids are real.
You think the world's just not ready to see a real mermaid?
Because they probably, you know what, I would agree with that, because they probably definitely look more frightening than how they look. Yeah, there's no Ariel.
No.
It's like, you know, Olga or some shit. Like, there's no...
Who's Olga?
I don't know. I was just thinking of, like
German...
like a different name than, like, Jendel, than Ariel, but...
Do you know anything about seasteading?
I don't.
Oh my god, here we go.
Like
you open up a can of
worms.
worms.
There's like this big movement to like create autonomous communities at sea.
What?
Yeah, it's like by really, really rich people. Like Peter Thiel is like one person who has a seasteading community that he's trying to create right now. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I didn't know if you were into it. It might be a different kind of way.
Wait, can you further explain? What do you mean by autonomous? I mean, I know.
So basically, they'd probably end up having a cryptocurrency as their currency. They would have like warehouse or like what's hydroponic farming, so that they can self-sustain.
Well, they do have hotels down there. They do have like communities where there are those like giant glass, but they're probably not glass. They're probably just made of something thicker or harder. But like giant bubbles and then these little tunnels or whatever, and it's like all like this is where you would sleep or whatever, and then like you're literally in the bottom of the ocean and you see a bunch of like fish and everything swimming around. There's like a whole
people live there.
A whole thing. They don't live there, but it's a hotel. It's like as if you were going to travel or like you can look it up.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, some real stuff.
Have you had an alien incident?
No, I have not.
Do you want one?
I do not. I also think aliens are real. Like, it's so much stuff I just believe in. People probably think I'm crazy for it. It's like, oh well.
No.
So then, what was when you were?
I saw a spaceship.
You what?
I thought I saw a spaceship when I was driving home from Weedman's joint one night. Yeah, like I was on Route 1 coming up north towards Newark, and yeah, I just saw like something blue that looked like it was kind of like falling, and I was like, oh, alright, that's probably like a shooting star or something, and then all of a sudden it like went up and like went out. In like a way that like you can't.
It wasn't
like,
an airplane.
move.
That was definitely a spaceship.
And I was like, that is not. Yeah, it was not an airplane. And like, I was like, what the fuck did I just see? And like, I went on this website, and there's legit a website that documents every person's like known sightings of like unidentified objects.
It makes me think what aliens really look like. I don't think they look like the big green, but maybe they do look like the green monsters.
I was gonna ask, what were you when you saw Men in Black as a kid?
Right,
you like, you were sold. Like you, that was right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That movie was top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, Men in Black. I like Men in Black 1 and 2. I think they made it 3, right?
They did.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that. I don't know if it was good or not.
It was okay.
Yeah.
The first 2 were solid.
Yeah, the first 2 were definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
The whole alien thing, like they had a whole bunch of different aliens, but it's like I think aliens are real, but I don't think they look like that.
Yeah.
But man, who knows what they look like?
Yeah, it'd be funny if they could choose their own shape and they just like take on that alien shape just like to fuck with humans. They're like, are we what you think we are? But there have been like a lot of UFO sightings in like the news the past couple of weeks over like hovering over like Navy and like other military ships. Wow. And so it's either UFOs, they're either aliens or Russians, and I think either way that I know it's worse actually, Russians or aliens. Yeah.
Maybe the Jewish space lasers are dropping down.
Oh, thank you, Jewish space lasers.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hollister.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were the big brands when you were in middle school or high school? I remember those.
Around middle school was definitely Aeropostale and Hollister.
Yes, that was everywhere. And there was another one.
There was another one.
Yeah.
You gotta know this one.
Well, there's a
you
couple.
gotta know this one. Well,
Baby
there's
Fat.
one I'm thinking of in particular.
Is it Baby Fat? I don't think it's Baby Fat.
Baby Fat is an apparel
That's
company
fine.
though, so whether it's the right answer or not, it is a correct
That
answer.
counts, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any embarrassing clothing memories of something you wore that like you thought was gonna be cool and it turned out to be not?
Yeah, it is so corny. It was probably like junior year of high school. Me and my friend was like, "Oh, it's dress down day. Let's dress the same." And we figured out we both went to the mall after school and bought button down shirts and just like these ripped jeans or something like that, and we thought we were so cool. And it's like, what were we thinking? We just went there dressed alike and was like, do you see them two? And we're walking down the hall dressed alike, and it's like we thought we were making a fashion statement, but it wasn't.
Hey! As a twin, matching's great. Okay, you can look dope and match. Matching
Everybody thought it
overalls.
was
If I
cool.
had twins, I'd match them.
Yeah, but you gotta take big risks though, right? You gotta try things out and see how it kind of pans out.
You know what you gotta do that's cute? You gotta match your kid. You guys gotta dress the same. Because then it's like a mini me, and like how adorable is that? Or basically you and your wife because it's a girl, so it would just make more sense if they were into the same trends. I don't know how your kid's gonna identify herself.
No idea.
Yeah, but that is a responsibility though. You are in charge of your child's like fashion sensibility, at least for like the first several years of their life.
Get them used to seeing certain clothing. And they might like it, they might not, obviously, as they get older.
Yeah.
So you're not going to make her just wear only too much to lose. You're allowed to only...
Up until she can walk.
Isn't she so cute? How will you look at her shirt? Onesie's now on sale.
Yeah, so would you venture into baby clothes? Like your age range, I say, is what for your clothes?
At the moment, it's our age range are probably like 18 to like 50 or something like that.
Gotcha. But you would totally venture into baby clothes?
Oh, definitely. That's the plan. When she gets here, she's getting all the onesies, just like he said, onesies for sale.
Mm-hmm.
That's a market.
Exactly.
People will buy that. Like people, I feel sometimes buy way more baby clothes than other types of clothes for other ages. I mean.
That's definitely because usually when parents go shopping, they really don't shop for themselves. The first thing they get is for their children.
Yes.
So that's definitely a fact.
Would you venture into shoes?
Shoes, I never thought about that. I had a friend tell me that, but I thought it was like, how are we gonna do that? Like, I just never thought about it. Like,
It's a whole different world. Definitely. I'm sure, but it seems daunting, to be honest. I don't know.
I think shoes are like there's competition in like the clothing world, but like shoes, that's because you see everybody kind of wears the same shoes a lot, so it's like, wow, you gotta give people a reason to take off. Like, if they have Jordans on, get a reason they could take off their Jordans and put on your shoes. Like, what makes my shoes better than Jordan? So it's like, wow, that's weird competition.
Yeah. What do you think about how things are priced though?
Also, is Jordan apparel?
Yes, it is. Right? Sorry. Like Nike or like a Hollister, Apparel, sometimes like things just being overpriced, things being because like you say, Brennan, or status.
There's a lot of things that's like really, really overpriced.
How much should we be paying for Yeezys?
I thought about buying some Yeezys one time, but I didn't do it because it was like so much money. Yeah. I'm like, $600? What? Like,
what were you looking at? What piece were you looking at?
I have no idea. It was
just
anything.
I just looked up Yeezys and I see them 600, 800. What?
Yeah.
Like, it's like I think the most I paid for shoes were $235, and that was when I was in high school. I would not do that now today. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know. the price on shoes is crazy.
Plus, that's the thing you are walking everywhere with.
Yeah.
I mean, a shoe, right? Touching the dirtiest thing, the ground, that everywhere you go, where people.
Yeah, but that's part of the game though too. Is like you keep those sneakers as clean as possible for as long as you can, because
hey, decent Mario, you just put your shoes on that shelf and it looks so good, and you just collect them and they just look so dope.
Yeah. No, but and like clothing, shoes are like art. It's like all like kind of an artistic expression, right? Like
definitely, a lot of people like wear like colorful shoes. So like, and then a lot of people just wear regular shoes. You know, so like if a person walks around with like bright orange shoes, like that might be a bright person. Like that might be a person that's just really bubbly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that stay in their box really don't wear bright colors. So that's also another way you can tell like a person's personality off their shoes also, not just clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Oh, sorry.
Oh no! Not to go on a totally different tangent. I don't know if you want to tell the people at home anything about Project Jobe at all.
Oh yeah, Project Jobe, our nonprofit. Me and my cousin have a nonprofit organization, basically helping children from the ages of 13 to 18 establish credit, learn about stocks, learn about entrepreneurship, job placement, and trades.
Damn, I wish I had that when I was younger.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't have that when I was younger, and then when I finally got into the world by myself, I'm like, credit?
Yeah.
What? So it's like, if I knew this about when I was 13, like when I got 18, I'll be in a better position. Yeah. And that's what we want other kids to be in a better position, because this is the next generation. So, you always have to like teach and lead the way, because the schools don't teach it. So
yeah,
that's great. Where can we find more information about that? What is?
We're followed. Project is at Project Jobe, PRJECTJOBE. On Instagram, we're currently rebranding right now. We're in the process of getting 1,000 signatures for a petition to go in front of the Board of Education with this.
Sweet.
So we're trying to,
Is the link for the petition in the bio in there?
No, in our bio we have a GoFundMe.
Okay.
So we're also planning to throw a fundraiser also for this. He couldn't be here, but it's fine.
A fundraiser in the summer?
Oh yeah, now it's all good.
Yeah.
A fundraiser for the summer?
Yes, we're trying to hold a fundraiser next month. That's what we're trying to hold a fundraiser.
Yeah, so we'll put information below.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about all of this like Robin Hood type trading and just like the Cash App stocks and just the fact that like anybody could kind of trade now?
I think it's excellent. Like I have two friends that like do Forex. They study Forex. They're making a lot of money on Forex. Which is the currency exchange market, I think. That's how you say it?
Foreign exchange,
Foreign
I guess.
exchange, something like that. They're making a lot of money on it. I tried it, not my thing. Just not. You have to, like, whether you know it or not, you have to do math, and, like, I'm bad at math.
Yeah.
So I was like, forget it. But, like, as far as Robinhood goes, like, I have the Robinhood app. I have not invested yet, because I'm scared to. But that's something, like, I've been looking heavily into and just really, like, actually studying it. So, like, one day I could feel confident and be like, man, let me throw this in the stocks.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's the opportunity there. It's a risk that comes with it, but you never know. 50-50.
Yeah. No, again, I think that's another thing, too, that I wish that they taught more in school. Because you, like, don't, like, you're right, like, you go out into the world and there isn't, like, a lot of, like, there's a lot of things that you think you know, and then you get out, and then you, like, once you exit high school, you really find out all the things you do not know about the world. So
in high school, you think you're like, you know everything. So it's like, when you come out into the real world, it's like, wow, I really knew nothing.
Yeah.
Being an adult, it literally just means figuring shit out. That's it. Your taxes, how to get a new car, like literally any single obstacle you face, you're just like, all right, this is adulting, I guess. This is.
Yeah, when I was young, I couldn't wait to be an adult. Now I want to be young.
Yeah.
I was 16 with no worries.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest surprise about being a young entrepreneur? Like, what was your biggest surprise in the process?
Our biggest surprise. I want to say like the way what's the word? The advertising. We did not know like advertising plays a huge role in clothing brands. Like paid promotion. We did not know that. We thought like people kind of get this get the fame of clothing brands like organically. But there's people like there's clothing brands that pay millions for advertising and they make back more. So it's like it's crazy. We didn't know that, and that's something we definitely gonna take advantage of.
Yeah, I feel like that everything's advertising.
Yeah.
Not even for clothing brands. It is just like, it's just, I mean, now, because it's the culture of just how many people you can reach and how many people will follow you and how many people will. Although, I feel like on Instagram things just got very, very fake, and I definitely believe, even people like, you know, like, they just bought followers. Like, I feel like there are people who just... I'm like, I don't know, because there's a lot of people in the world, and I'm like, really? Millions? I'm like, millions of people want to know what's happening with you?
Yeah. I wonder if it feels good to buy followers, like to know it, but you're looking at the number and you're like, it still says that 1 million people follow me.
Like a imposter.
I think eventually you like if you're a certain kind of person, you can like convince yourself that it's real and then you buy into it.
Because you think like when people look at my profile, they're gonna think this is real.
Yeah.
So now you think it's real. Yeah. So it's like, but if you buy followers with the likes match up, I don't think the likes match up.
That's also just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm just very good observation. But also like the thing is like Brent and I haven't met you before until today, and it's just like. It's already, like, super chill having this conversation or whatever, but, like, when you meet the person in real life, or if you're just, like, you know about their brand, or you see them on whatever, doesn't matter how many influencers you, like, I mean, how many followers you have or whatever, if I, like, meet you and you're not, like, a nice person, like, literally, that's my bar, where it's just, like, just be respectful, be, like, you're just, like, I don't know, there are people who have some sort of facade, but then you meet them and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, like Instagram is like kind of the place where like people can be who they wish they were. Like people,
it's a fantasy.
They go. It's definitely a fantasy. It's like you could really live your imagination on Instagram. It's like, but in real life, you know, the tables turn. Yeah. So that's why I don't really look at Instagram. So like I'll be on Instagram here and there, but I don't be deep into it because there's a lot of people on there just not living what you think. You know, a lot of people.
Do you think real life even has clout anymore? No.
Not at all.
What is your social media platform?
Like I said, what is your social security number?
That's the bar where we scam our
What is your social media platform of choice? Are you like a Twitter person? Or are you or like you really keep your distance from that stuff?
I find myself on TikTok. So I don't make TikToks, but I find myself just scrolling and laughing.
In that wormhole.
I could be on TikTok for like 2 hours. Like, well, it's been 2 hours. If I go on Instagram, I probably scroll on Instagram for like maybe like 5 minutes and then go off. I use Facebook. Facebook is like I don't know if you guys use Facebook, but Facebook is like a bunch of like funny ass memes.
Yes, that's what it's
Facebook, I go to Facebook for the laughs and like people's statuses. Like I don't know about you guys on Facebook, but like people on my Facebook really like tell their personal life a lot.
Oh,
it's just so funny. The drama. It's like wow. So
I'm shocked. Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm shocked at like the dirty laundry that people put out into the world. Like, I'm just like, I would never say this about anybody in my immediate like family circle. Like, how are you saying this on Facebook right now?
Also, the people they're talking about sees your stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, if I see a thread that's like more than 30 comments, I'm clicking on that, and I'm following that entire wormhole.
Go down that.
See, I've never like been on the other end. Like me, like someone tagged me in something on Facebook, and now it's an argument. Like I've never been there, and I feel like if it was ever to that point, and I see someone just tag me on Facebook and like talk mad stuff, I'll really just look at it. And I'll just block, report. Like I'm not going back and forth. It's just pointless to me.
Yeah.
I have a friend who he specifically said that he just posts nonstop like very controversial shit just so that people interact with his profile more than everybody else's profile. He's just like, I want to get people fighting in my comments as much as possible. I want to get likes. Like, I'm like, wow, yeah, you're very.
When you brought up TikTok friend told me once, her boyfriend, which I didn't even know this was a thing, but he was on TikTok for so long that it said, go drink some water. No joke. Like, they have... I do it, like, Jordan found that weird because on Instagram, I will go through the whole thing until it says you're all caught up. Yeah. So I have not missed a single thing on Instagram. I finished it. I go through it. I don't know. It's
you won the game.
Because I have so much time. Yeah. Or it's the OCD thing where it's just like, I have to complete the whole assignment. Like, if I'm starting it, I'm finishing this and going through the whole... But I don't do the stories. There's so many of those.
I'll watch somebody's story, and if I see, like, they have too many stories, like, at the top, it's like they have 10 stories. I'll just click.
Yeah.
I'm done. Next
when
person.
They have all those small little tips, that's just a lot. I mean, sometimes I feel like that's from yesterday and part of the next day, because, like, it's for 24 hours. But no, that's all one
It's 5 minutes apart from each other.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you could pick one clothing item, or like apparel item, I guess in general, in the entire world, what would it be? Like the most expensive thing.
Survival. What do you?
No, like if you could just like obtain anything and the price is not a matter in it, what would you get? What would you wish for from this fashion genie?
Ooh, I like that.
Man.
3 fashion wishes. Except this one's a one.
I will probably take all of the Jordan retro ones in every color.
Ooh.
Like my size in every color. That's what I want. I want to collect those, but that's a lot of money being spent. So
in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it about that shoe that is like?
It's just like I said, I'm an old soul. Like it gives the old school look. It's literally the first. I think that was the first pair of Jordans that Michael Jordan made. So. Like the old school look is just my favorite. So I have a bunch of those shoes, and I really do want to get every color.
Yeah, to the Pokemon of shoes. Just gotta catch them all. Yeah.
What do you think is your biggest social media like flex or fame moment? Have you ever went like viral online?
Nah, I never went viral, but I did have this quick phase in high school when I would take my grandfather's like church suits. And I would wear them, and I would dance to old school music in them. And it didn't go viral, but it's like everyone in my high school saw it. Yeah. So they was like talking about it, and it's like, ooh, I feel nice. Like everyone was talking about me. But it's like, it kind of wasn't good in a way because I can't dance. So they were talking about me like, he can't even dance. But it's like, I had like, at that time in high school, having like 1,000 views were like, I felt like I was the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because being viral back in high school is totally different than what being viral today is.
Definitely.
You know, when YouTube first started, it was just like, oh, a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple thousand. Then it's just like, no, a million's not enough.
Yeah.
That doesn't go viral.
Yeah.
It's literally not. You need many millions.
Yes.
Or, I don't know if someone has a billion views. I don't know. I don't think I've seen it. I don't know if I've seen a video.
Possible?
I don't know if I've seen
Kingdom style.
They're probably...
Yeah.
1 billion views? That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I can't recall.
Yeah.
But
let's find it. Let's make it happen
there's
tonight.
probably one out there. Now you want me to look that up?
No, you don't have to. We can do it later, and then we'll just
Okay,
like it
I'll have to
viewed a
remember.
million times. So
As far as music, somebody probably has like 1 billion views on a music video.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's true. That's very, very true. Yeah. You said you're super into music.
Yeah.
So, who are you listening to right now?
Actually, I listen to a lot of old school. Like, so I listen to like,
90s, you said?
Yeah, like 90s, like Alicia Keys, who else? Neo, Mario, 50 Cent. Like, I listen to a lot of old school. Like, I listen to some new here and there. You got new artists here. But, like, definitely 90s era, 90s, like, R&B era was definitely, like, that's my favorite genre.
Do you follow the artists as they evolve over time, though?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like Alicia Keys.
Like,
her
I listen to some music
then
now, but it doesn't, I don't know, her music now doesn't hit like her old music.
Oh,
you know?
Interesting. Do you think it is part of because they were fresh? Because they weren't doing it for as long? And, like, usually, what do they say? The first or second album of an artist is, like, I wouldn't say their peak, but it is, like, the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have
Yeah.
right? What was the first ones of Chance? Was it the mixtape?
Yeah. I think the idea is usually that, like, an artist who breaks out, like, they've been spending their entire life working toward this thing that breaks them out. And that can be in anything. That can be, like, in movies, music, clothing, whatever. And, like, once they do that, it's like, that's, like, their life's work, basically. And now that the game has changed to do this thing that gets you noticed, it's like do things that are on this level or better otherwise figure out.
They just, like, kind of, like, get comfortable.
Yeah.
They get comfortable with themselves. So it's like, well, I've already made it, so now it's like, they kind of give the bare minimum without even really knowing that they're giving it.
Right.
You know, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the passion, the energy, the feeling's different.
Yeah.
From the beginning towards, like, what they have. Also, because you said Yeezy, like, what are your thoughts on Kanye as a comedian? No, just
as a politician.
Yeah, he's many things.
Kanye is definitely a character.
I always love asking people.
We ask everyone on the podcast.
You know what? It's just a very interesting take. It's just like what people's thoughts on it.
Kanye definitely is a character. Some things he says though are like I don't think he's like crazy. I think he just thinks differently. And his thought process, like if you really sit down and listen to what he says, sometimes you can see the logic in what he says. But sometimes it's about the way he says it. You know, like the way he goes about certain things makes what he's doing like you're crazy. Maybe if you went about it in a different way, now we might see your point. But there are some things that he says that's just crazy. Like,
do you think he does it for the shock factor, the wow factor?
I don't think so.
Sincere?
I think he's like very sincere when he says some things. Like he means what he says.
Yeah. And that's the interesting thing too. Is like, it's like I think. A lot of times celebrities are expected to have like very coherent through lines in all their thought process and all their actions. Yeah. And so, but when you look at literally anyone else, like there are these like ups and downs and waves that you go through. So that's why like you have someone like Britney Spears or other people who have these like big public scenes that happen. People are like, oh, like, this person's going crazy, but then it's like you've also had moments where you probably thought you were gonna like lose your mind. You know,
they're just in the public eye.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, they're in the public eye, so you see what they go through, but no one knows what you go through behind closed doors. So, like, I don't judge anybody. Like, a lot of people go through different things, and it's just don't judge anybody because what they're going through, they could come out of that. You could go through that same thing, and it could break you. So, never judge.
Exactly. Also, they are the ones setting trends. They are the ones setting the wave. Like, where people are basing off. Some people are really basing off their lives on that person, to be honest. They're just like, oh my God, this is my role model. Yes. Or like, oh my God, this is the person who like, who is it? There, before, when I would work for a salon in town, there is one of like somebody they knew did Justin Bieber's hairstyles. Okay. He's the hairdresser for Justin Bieber.
Like the swoop one?
He's making every single style, which is setting every single fashion trend. Is a new set. Like Justin Bieber does something with his hair. Some other people. That's how like the line works. Like a bunch of other people are gonna want it next time they go to the hairdresser. You know, so it's like. If you were on that level of doing that with your clothes, I know it's a hypothetical, kind of weird, wild question to ask, but what would you do? Would you do anything different? Would you do anything different?
Would I do anything different? I think so.
If you had that much of an audience.
That much of an audience? When you have that much of an audience, you really see, like, the control you have. Mm-hmm. And it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. But when you have that much control over your audience and you know, like, if I put this out, everyone's wearing this.
Right.
So I think, you know, that's when more creative stuff comes in because now you have a bigger audience. So now you have to please this way bigger audience. So that's when you have to really get creative. And I'll probably just make, like, something crazy, like, just to see if people wear it. Just something like...
Like pushing the envelope.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What is your... How about your creativity? Like, what, if you could specify, but what is it that, do you just, go for a walk and, like, let things come? Like, you go, like, come to you, like, watching, like, people watching, I don't know, because you're, like, seeing what other people are wearing. How does it pop into your head?
I usually look at what rappers wear. Like, rappers really set the fashion trend. Not just rappers, but musicians. They set the fashion trends. So it's like, wow, you got to really look at what they wear sometimes and see, like the most popping rapper, who's the most popular? Drake. I don't think anyone's passing Drake, in my opinion. But, like, you see how he dresses, so it's like, well, Drake is the man,
Yeah.
So let's see what he's wearing today. And Drake, like, he kind of dresses simple. He dresses simple. He might have like his jacket that he probably paid $100,000 for, but it looks simple.
That's true. He's very simplistic. Yes, so that's true.
He's very simple. He's very simplistic. Like, you don't really see him do too much as like the Migos or something like that. You know. So that's kind of where I fall.
Are there any trends that you just like don't understand or piss you off or
that
frustrate
will never win you over?
Yes, I just said it, the Migos. The Migos wear like the tight leather pants and then like a baggy shirt, like the baggiest shirt, and it's like, what, with the crazy glasses and the
it's
grills.
like they're trying to dress like Gru. Maybe that's what they're going for.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna do Despicable Me 8 or whatever number they're on.
That'd be funny. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Musicians definitely do. Which is why sometimes I look at Lady Gaga and I'm like, that's a lot. I'm like, it just seems sometimes when you're getting dressed, it seems exhausting. Like, you decided to wear all this meat to an award show. Like, you decided to come out of an egg. Like, your dress. Heels and the dress. Yes.
With the big shoulders. It's like, what?
And she's I'm 5 feet. She's like 5'2".
Yeah.
Okay, that's a small person, and you're carrying a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Also, that's the thing too. I love clothes that are not heavy.
Lightweight clothes. Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. What materials do you like, either to wear or to make clothes with?
Material we use 100% cotton. But I usually like wear a lot of like sweatpants. Like I'll probably wear jeans here and there, but for the most part I wear like sweatpants, a hoodie, a regular shirt. And probably like in the summer, like you'll probably see me outside with like my slides a lot. Like just slides, just regular. Like I dress so simple and just chill. Like I don't do too much.
Yeah, you know who comes to mind? Lena Waithe. She's always dressed so comfortable.
Yeah.
But it looks so good on her. Like, it's literally it just looks like high-end sweatpants.
There's an art form to that, though, right?
But, I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. They're different, different brands, different colors, different patterns and stuff. But it's just, like you're saying, simple. But it's just like, I'm just like, yeah, if you, like, you can go to a business meeting like that? Of course I'm going to dress like that. Like, I don't want to wear a suit if I can wear comfortable clothes.
Yeah.
So, suits are comfortable, but I don't.
Yeah. Are you a suit and tie guy ever, or is it like a very specific occasion? Never?
Never. Yeah. Only like on certain occasions when I have to wear it.
Only your grandpa's suits.
Yes.
Your dad.
Yeah.
My grandfather's suits. But other than that, man, I don't really wear suits. Like, I have a suit that I've had since like prom. So it's like I've never worn it since prom. It's just in the closet.
Yeah. Do you like wearing like clothes that are passed down to you from like other parts of your family or friends? Like, do you like that, or is it kind of just like if they give it to you, then you'll wear it?
Like if they give it to me, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
But I like to get my own clothes.
Where do you shop? Where are you shopping now?
Forever 21, Fashion
That's
Nova.
one.
Ooh.
Fashion Nova, H&M.
Yeah. Yo, Forever 21 has a very underrated men's section. Underrated men's section.
It does, but their section is like so small. Like,
yeah.
You walk in, it's like all this women area, and then you got like one box of men's clothing.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't know Forever 21 had a men's section.
Yeah, it is small. Yeah. But it's kind of frustrating because like the stuff they have there is really good. It's just like I wish they had more of the stuff they have there. Yeah.
Yeah, H&M and Forever 21 were big. Also, was that the tail end of high school?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Pestle and Hollister were definitely earlier.
Were you a mall kid, or were you like, or did you like not like hanging around like the shops, and you more just like we went there with a purpose, but when you were going to a clothing store?
Yeah, if I went, it was probably like I was probably like a mall guy. Like I'll go to the mall, and like when I go to the mall, I already know what stores I'm going in. I'm going to Forever 21. I'm going to H&M. That's it. Like I'm not stepping in any other store. So it's like I'm very specific on where I get my clothes from.
Yeah.
And will you like gravitate towards something and just will you get hooked and you'd be like, oh no, if I know if I'm gonna go in other stores, I'm gonna start buying stuff, or you're just like, no, I don't need to see anything else.
Yeah, I'm definitely like that. Like I hate going to the mall with my wife because she likes to Like, we walk to buy a store, and she looks in the store with glasses. Like, why do you need glasses? And she wants to go in there and look at stuff. Like, she wants to go in every store, and I'm just like, I just came here to get a T-shirt. Like, it's crazy.
But that's the mall experience, though.
Yeah.
That is, I guess, like the amusement park rides. Like, you gotta just go to every store. Like, why do I'll just drive directly to one store if I need to.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to the mall...
Well, if you want to go to the mall and also ride a roller coaster, go to the American Dream Mall over here in Rutherford. That is maybe open, and it's like a Nickelodeon
I
world
don't
over
understand.
there.
They lost so much money.
You could probably get a storefront in there. They're trying to
really?
rent out space.
It's true. They are
that's the goal. Like, that's me and my wife's end goal for, like, this business is to get our own store. So
cool.
that's what we're reaching for sooner or later. And I was thinking about, like, wow, isn't that like the biggest mall in New Jersey?
Yeah,
it is
like
now.
The biggest mall in the world.
Well, it's hard to say plaza.
It's America's dream.
So it's like, imagine like a store in there, like.
Yeah.
So
You get a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah,
There's a lot of tourists, so they would bring your stuff worldwide. They'd be like, "Oh, this is cool American wear."
That's the
yeah. It's also like very high end, I think, in there, just in the sense of, like because they have a caviar bar. I heard in there.
What?
So yeah.
I have not been. I don't think I
have
want
to go
ever.
there. I have to go.
Yeah, because I think they were trying to have like these like things where the kids can play, and then like their rich parents have these like fun like drinking things to do. So I think there's like, some part. Yeah.
It's like just a step up of a Dave and Buster's.
Basically,
that's to celebrate our vaxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's tempting, but it's just don't you have to pay for parking?
Oh yeah,
that's
the thing
ridiculous.
too.
Come on.
I think it's like $30 for parking.
Yeah.
We could probably take the bus there.
That's the only reason I haven't went. Like $30 for parking.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only gonna be here maybe like an hour, maybe.
Right.
So like, no. But I think I actually might have my girlfriend take me there, because she's been asking me like, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I'm like, I don't know. So now you just gave me an idea. Okay, take me to American Dream.
Alright, well if you're listening, you know what he's doing for his birthday then.
Yeah, anybody else in Willy's life too. Kidnap him and bring him to the mall. He just wants to go shopping for his birthday.
I love the mall mannequins. Those were my... Just sometimes I would go into a mall and be like, what the frick? They'd be weird.
Yeah.
There's some weird mannequins.
Yeah.
They look so real.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, oh, I thought it was a real person. But that's crazy.
Yeah. Especially the little kid ones that are like standing on the floor and you're like, geez, I didn't even see you there.
Also, oh yeah, crazy times in the mall, actually. That's so funny you brought that. I feel like that's such like a suburb or Jersey thing. Or just Jersey in general, because we have so many malls here, strip malls. Like, but like, yeah, the scavenger hunt in a mall. That's wild.
Yeah.
That was in Palisades.
Yeah.
You guys like Palisades. When was the last time you went to an AMC?
2 weeks ago.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, wow.
I went to
It's been like a year and a half,
see King Kong versus
Yo,
Godzilla.
yeah.
You
I just saw it a couple days ago. Yeah,
that movie was great.
Yeah, yo, it's just like watching the two of them fight. It's just so enjoyable. It's just there's so much joy, and it's very very fun.
You've watched everyone. You've seen everyone.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I seen like
I was wondering how much.
I seen like the first King Kong movie, and I think they made another one after that, but I didn't see that.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah. Do you have some favorite movies that you enjoy, especially
I was saying, what's your genre
during these pandemic times? Anything you've been watching?
I've been watching Breaking Bad on Netflix.
Very nice.
That's probably the best show I've ever watched. I really just like go through Netflix a lot and just watch random stuff. Now they have the thing on Netflix, the feature where you just like it shuffles and just picks any movie.
Ooh, well, that's very needed.
Wait, when did that happen?
I'm just finding it out.
I noticed it like a month ago, and it's like it says don't know what to play shuffle, and it just picks a random movie.
Damn.
Ooh, maybe we should do that more. We can never decide.
They're the only streaming service that has that,
yeah.
right? I've never heard any other streaming service have that.
Probably.
Oh my god, it's like you're rolling the dice. Oh wow, that's genius.
I don't know if I like that though. It takes out the foreplay.
Does it?
It's rough to just like watch it immediately.
Wait, what did you land in when you land on when you did a shuffle?
It's like some documentary or something. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. So then, like, boom, shuffle again, and just you hope if you get an interesting movie. Like,
it's like blind speed dating, but with movies.
Right.
So alright, I'm stuck with
How
this
many
one.
times can you hit shuffle where it's just like you're out of shuffles?
Yeah,
You're like, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like that will always be a tired experience. It's just like the search for the movie to watch that night.
Yeah, it was everyone's pandemic experience.
Yeah.
So, this was really great having you, Willy.
Yes, thank you, Willy.
This is really awesome. I don't know if you want to throw in the towel yet, or if you got.
I was gonna ask you if you wanted to know how many you got, or if there's any more you wanted to add to the list.
Oh, let me think. Damn. Well, the clothing brands are there. Like, it's a lot. True Religion, I guess. I think that's all I can think of right now.
Cool. Right. Nice and strong, very nice.
That's 11.
11, okay.
That's 11. That's solid. Trust me, I suck at these challenges. Sometimes it's okay. It's not about like getting everything on the list. It's just getting as many as you can. Yeah. The one I was thinking of was Abercrombie and Fitch. That's another one everybody wears in high school.
I thought
all over.
I remember. I don't know if it was as widespread, but American Eagle was also very popular when I was in high school too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's still pretty.
And like because I guess like middle school, like I don't know, like when did you stop having your clothes? Like when did you start picking out your own clothes? I guess I should say.
When I got my first job. So I got my first job when I was 15, 14 or 15. So that's when I started like, well, I got my own money. I'm going to the mall. Yeah. So that's when I started picking up my own clothes.
Yeah, because that's kind of like when that's when the pressure sets in too. Just because like you're seeing everyone wearing the same kind of brands, and you're like, I want that one, and it costs a lot of money, especially when you're a kid. You're not making any money, so you can't even.
That's being independent, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
I worked as a gas pumper at a gas station. And it was like, I think it was like my sophomore year of high school, and I was like tired. I was literally tired of my grandparents picking out my clothes because they would give me like the most goofy looking clothes. Like they would never get my size right, and I would go to school and like crazy stuff. So I was like, I'm getting my own job and I'm picking my own clothes, and that's that.
Wow. Were there wacky people you met?
I was gonna say my dad worked as a gas attendant, and he got mugged at least 2 or 3 times, like once or twice at gunpoint, once at knife point.
I worked there for like 2 years. It was always I worked in Irvington at a gas pump in Irvington. It was always pretty chill. A lot of people were like surprised, like, how old are you? I was like 14. They was like, and you work as a gas pump? I'm like, yeah, like
how old they think you were?
They knew I was
younger?
They like at 14 they was just like I guess they never seen like a 14-year-old pump gas. They're always like used to seeing grown people. Yeah, so they was like, why are you out here pumping gas? I'm like, 'cause I'm working. Like,
just got a man with like a huge gray beard just down his belly button.
More questions? Get in your car.
I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I'm the one with the pump.
Like I walked into this guy's car one time, and I asked him how much. He said, "You don't even work here." I'm like, "Yes, I do." He was like, "Nah, stop playing with me." And then he went and tried to get the manager. And the manager was like, "No, he works."
So most of your time you were just convincing people you work there.
Yeah, because there was no uniform. Like,
That's true.
I was just in like regular clothes. So there's like this 14-year-old kid walking up to my door for it. So it's like, I work here, sir.
What was the best lesson you learned from that job?
Always be nice to people. Because dealing with, you talk to a lot of people, like, people might start a conversation with you. So always be nice to people, because I've met people that have like been having a bad day. And they just come to get some gas, and you can tell in their face they had a bad day. So just always be nice to people. You never know what can make somebody's day.
Amen. Well, I think that's a good note to end on. Is always be nice to people. So, Willy, thank you for joining us for the podcast. Do you have anything you want to plug? Any handles? Where people can see you? Yes.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at WillJD3. You can also follow my business page, toomuch.tolose. You can find me on those. New summer line dropping this summer. Next month, we will be dropping a new line of clothing. So stay tuned for that.
Ooh.
Awesome, and happy birthday.
Yeah,
I'm glad that we got to spend the day before with you.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yes. So several years ago, your mother was getting ready to give birth to you, and now we are ending this podcast. Both monumental moments.
Well, this has been awesome.
Yeah.
And if anybody's looking for something fun to do, we have Weedman's Joint every first, second, and third Wednesday of the month. We're bringing in heavier hitter comedians now that there's so many people there, and we're getting vaxxed, and we could all just make out on the mic. So come on down and smoke some weed. Enjoy it before Weedman leaves us for Miami forever.
Yeah. Also, when you wake up in the morning, just roll over, grab your loved one, kiss them, but then roll to the other side, grab your phone, and listen to the morning shower, because we have news jokes every single...
And also go buy something.
Yeah.
To lose.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. There's a lot of things you can do with your phone, so just use it all and buy it all and get it all.